Hey guys, welcome to That Pedal Show. Dan here.
Mick here, hello.
So Mick, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about, I thought we would be talking about pickups, but of course you can't really talk about pickups unless you talk about guitars. Mm-hmm. So what we've got are some common or garden electric guitars, a Gibson Les Paul, Fender Strat, Fender Telecaster, and a Collings DC 290, in the hope that we can plug into some common or garden effects pedals and listen to Strat single coil, Tele single coil, PAF style humbucker, vintage style P90.
That'll work.
Yeah, because it's not every day you get the chance to just compare those pickup types into some pedals that we kind of know and love. Now, Daniel?
Mick?
Pedals?
Pedals. So we have the classic Tube Screamer.
It's actually it's a Keeley modded 808, but it's not true bypass, so it's not that modded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Then we have... Dun, 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 dun.
Just because why not, you know. It's the Klon Centaur. A lot of people really like it. It does a specific thing. So why not? Mm-hmm. And then we have Dan's
old ProCo Rat. This is the white face reissue,
right?
But it's a good one. Sounds lovely.
So three pedals that get mentioned a lot and have been cloned out of all existence almost.
Yes.
Modern classics, shall we say?
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so do you want to go from weakest pickup to hottest? Or?
Why don't we do that?
Okay,
yeah.
Right. So
let's start with the humble Fender Stratocaster. Now, so amps today are the Hamstead Artist 20 and a Victory V40. We've got them running side by side.
It's rather lovely.
Yeah, it's a good noise. These are the amps.
Magically, I've changed guitars, Mick.
So what's going to happen is we're going to play a bit. I'm going to play on the bridge pickup and then on the neck pickup. I'm going to give the lead to him. He's going to play that guitar. I'm going to get the next guitar, and we're going to do it like that. All right?
Okay, sounds good.
So
and we're going to stay on the same pedal.
Yeah,
then whip around them.
Yeah, this is going to be all the same pedal. So we're going to start with the Tube Screamer. Okay.
All right. Here we go. Nice.
Klon.
Klon. Rat.
Okay, so
Tell you why that's interesting.
go on.
All right. There are guitars that we have that have natural EQ curves, yeah? And the pedals also have certain EQ curves in them as well. The guitars that have less pronounced mids, such as the Strat, when you pair that up with a pedal that has less pronounced mids, such as the Rat,
Yeah.
didn't really work. But when you hit the Rat with something that had more mids, it was rather lush. So just like we've done with pairing up certain pedals to different amplifiers, also the natural disposition of guitars with certain pedals, they have a relationship all based around that, the EQ and the gain, of course, but that the shape of the EQ that's coming out of the guitar, I think, is the way that's interacting with the pedal is fascinating.
Yeah, very good, very good. What were some of your favourite combinations, would you say?
I loved the Les Paul and the Klon.
Yeah,
I
me
thought
too.
That was really good. Like, have not been a fan of Klons,
No.
but I thought that worked really well.
Well, there are different ways in which you can use them, can't
Of
you?
course.
I think once you get the overdrive going, and if you set the treble control in a certain place, it can sound very, very MIDI.
Yeah. But as this was sort of a boost, sort of a very mild overdrive boost setting,
Yeah.
with the Les Paul, I thought that sounded just lovely.
Yeah. It's funny, I haven't used that Tube Screamer for a long time for no real reason other than, we're always changing things, but I just always come back to it. I just love the way it gives those mids to the Strat. Is the leader sec? Are are they in order at the moment, the pedals?
Yes.
So we could, if we wanted, just play the Tube Screamer and turn the Klon on as well.
Yes, of course.
So. That's the sound. See, that reminds me. I wish I could play like him, but that reminds me of the kind of Phillips Ace thing. That really kind of, you know. Really intense
so
vibrato, which gives you all that mid punch and all that kind of aggression into a Strat.
Let me try that sound with the Les Paul.
Okay.
With the humbuckers. So we're using the Tube Screamer, and then with the Klon Adder. It's very soupy and but it's really nice.
Yeah, very cool. What about would the Rat work with any? Do you think?
With the,
I
think the Rat, actually the Rat and the Tube Screamer will probably sound really great. So here's the Rat. Actually, let's try the Rat and the Klon. So, Rat. Ooh, that Klon's a bit good. Wow, who knew?
Well, one thing I noticed was with this guitar, it's kind of got quite a honk to it, quite a middly honk.
Yeah.
So with the Klon, it can sound. Quite honky. And if you were to put the Tube Screamer on top of that. Quite middly.
But it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that really punches, doesn't it? That's great.
Yeah, it's going to see you through.
Actually, I'm going to grab the telly, and we'll just, because also the telly with the Klon as well was quite special.
Yeah.
The telly and the Klon. That's lovely. I just want to hear the Tube Screamer compared to the Klon with the Wow, so the Tube Screamer Klon comparisons are made, and you can see similar ballpark, but actually that's quite a difference. The Klon seems to be, there's more girth to it. The highs are cleaner.
Yeah, it retains more edge, definitely. What if you push the gain?
So that is that you hear a lot more of the guitar in the Klon. That's great. That's really nice.
Yeah, so the Tube Screamer just starts compressing it.
And it's missing the front of the note, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can hear it. It's not catching it. I like that.
Yeah.
That's great.
You can see why, you know, guys like Grissom and John Mayer,
Yes, of
or
course.
everyone that uses them, Warren Haynes. I mean, they just line them up. They all use them, and they all use them for that reason, because once everything's at crazy volume, you just don't seem to get that sort of closed down thing that you get with a lot of gainier overdrive
course.
pedals.
Yeah.
I mean, no one uses it like this. Everyone uses it like that. don't
Yes, yes.
they? But just to push the crank down. But anyway, we're not here to be Klon fanboys, but forget the price for a second. They do sound quite good.
Out of interest, if
Yeah.
you were to put that on eBay tomorrow,
I don't know. I know people are still buying them up.
right?
And, well, anything from, what, 750 to 1,250 quid, something like that.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. It's nuts. There's no reason for it. And, you know, we did our famous Archer video for
We did.
Tones for Tash last
That was
year.
our first video together.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh.
I think we both concluded that there was basically nothing in it.
It was just, yeah, very little in it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not here to praise the Klon Centaur.
So, but it was very interesting hearing
Yeah.
it next to the Tube Screamer
Yeah.
and seeing, all right, that's what the Klon does and that's what it's really good at.
Good sounding 808, that, isn't it?
That is really nice.
Mm.
It's really nice, yeah.
Keeley modded one.
Yeah. What do you think of the Rat?
What I've always loved about Rats is the filter control, where you can make it just go really mega silly aggressive, or it reminds me a little bit of the cut control on a Vox amp.
Yes,
I don't,
yeah.
It's probably not doing the same thing, but so you can really tune it. It's more distortion, isn't it? It's definitely more distortion, but
Definitely.
that's smoother sounding than I remember.
Well, the old white faces with the original, this particular reissue is as close as you can possibly get,
Right.
you know. And, you know, the original...
Can we just compare that with the Tube Screamer a
Of
minute?
course.
And seeing as we're used to the sound of the telly, let's do that.
So,
Let's
we
leave
go
the
from
Tube Screamer where it was.
let's try this. Volume turned up even. That's a good sound. See, Tube Screamer. And now the Rat. That's really nice, but listen to the mid-range between the two. So, as a matter of fact, pushing it at that sort of volume, you can hear, you know, when the amps are doing their thing and how it's still smoothing off those edges. But that mid-range characteristic, the difference between the two,
Yeah.
that's you know, really interesting. So, I mean, the Rat would be great, like a rhythm sound where you don't want to be too prominent in the mix. But it's a fantastic sounding thing. Let's juice the Rat with the Klon. Have we done that?
No.
Okay. Ah! Mega! Mega, mega, mega. So, Rat. So that's great. But what's interesting about that? And I got to say, because it's interesting. So the way that the humbuckers work, they have a natural amount of compression. Okay. Now, when we had the Klon stacked with the Rat, the single coil in the Tele was still very dynamic. I could really dig in, and it just
the high end as well.
Yes,
it's really
exactly.
coming through.
But with the compression of those humbuckers into that, it's not as defined as the Tele. Even though the output of those is higher, it wasn't as defined as the Tele. However, what I would then do if I was playing that is I would probably dial back the gain a bit, or the output of the Klon, so that it retains,
pushes it a bit. Yeah.
But that's the difference between the pickups, between the humbuckers and the single coils.
Fantastic. I'm not sure we've learned very much other than...
Oh, it's been great fun.
If you've got some nice guitars and some decent pedals and some amps and you turn them up really loud, it makes you smile.
That'll do. That'll do.
Yeah.
No, I think the difference between just hearing the different guitars, right next to each other with the different pedals and combinations, I think that's been fantastic. I've certainly picked up a couple of ideas for some new sounds. That's great. Anyway, guys, that was a load of fun. I hope you enjoyed that.
Bunch of random pedals, bunch of random guitars.
Woo!
Woo! Happy days.
Yeah. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you next Friday. Cheers.
Bye.